Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the huge intel, the big news we've been waiting on. It's RFK Jr. potentially dropping out on Friday, announcing it during a rally with none other than Donald Trump. This is an epic moment in the 2024 campaign cycle. You can see RFK Jr. to address the nation about his path forward. And if you guys know the political talk, the whole idea of your path forward, that's basically code for I'm going to drop out. On Friday in Phoenix, Arizona, Donald Trump is also speaking at an event in the Phoenix area on Friday. I wonder if they've got a confirmed place, but it certainly seems like this is going to be RFK and Trump combining forces. It's totally epic. It's going to help Trump. And the reason this is so genius is because the DNC, Kamala Harris, her big speech, it ends Thursday night, and then you've got all of the momentum completely thwarted. Although maybe we should let them keep going with the DNC the way the polls have been reacting to what they've been doing there. It hasn't been good at all. And Trump just had a huge rally. I just watched it this afternoon he's got the bulletproof glass up. Someone faints in the crowd. He goes out, checks on them. Trump just really knows how to handle those situations. We saw how he handled him getting shot at and getting up, but he's just really impressive with it. I think I got a video I can show. But when it comes to RFK Jr., look, whenever you say your path forward, he's going to drop out for sure. And you've also got his VP, Nicole Shanahan, really putting out statements saying it's going to happen. I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, are saying, I don't believe it. We'll see what happens. Guys, RFK Jr. is going to drop out and endorse Trump. I've been saying this for weeks now. I did say it was going to happen in September because I thought they would wait a little bit for the DNC to be over. And also, it seemed like RFK Jr. was really going to try and give it a good old try in terms of maybe getting back into the electoral picture, maybe trying to get some electoral votes or at least get back into the polls. But we all knew he wasn't going to get any electoral votes. We're too partisan of a country, but he will help Trump, even if it is so slightly. And it's not just the help to where, there's reports that he's going to help him by like a half a point in terms of all polls. That is huge in and of itself with how close these swing states are. But the other thing is it's just going to help with momentum. Because whether or not Kamala Harris has a good speech on Thursday night, nobody's going to care about it on Friday because of the huge news that the person that's running third right now in this presidential race could be dropping out and I think will be dropping out and endorsing Trump potentially at the same rally where RFK speaks and then Trump speaks and they do some type of combined thing. It's all aligning right now in Arizona. At least that's what it seems like. You've got television ratings coming out of the DNC. They're terrible. This party is just falling apart. I'm sure they were better last night. This was Monday night. Last night they had Obama and whatever. Well, honestly, my ratings, and not that it's the same thing, but more people watched my live stream on Monday night than Tuesday night. I think it was because it was Biden and his final thing, but when it comes to these numbers, it really shouldn't surprise anyone. That's a failing party. It's all fake optimism. It's fake hope. And we see it's like, oh, there's something different about this DNC. Yeah, there is something different. Nobody cares about it. You're right. That's what Chuck Schumer said. He said, I've never seen so many people come together and realize that, oh, this is such a seismic event. This is the most we've been together in all my times attending the DNC. I'm sure he says that every single time he goes, but it's nobody really buys it. It's all the same crap. We also do have this. This is RFK Jr.'s VP coming out and saying, Nicole Shanahan, Trump has had 6 court battles to fight during this election, while we have had 9 and counting across the country. By bringing these suits against political opponents, the Democrats bankrupt the underpinnings of democracy. And you can see, so this is a tweet that to me signals that, yes, they're against the Democrats. Just like I said weeks ago, it would make no sense. Why would RFK Jr. endorse anyone on the left? They screwed him. His family embarrassed him by endorsing Biden, who we know how much of a train wreck that turned out to be. And when you've got your VP saying this and they're combining forces, Trump's facing all these court battles. This is what they do. And she's right. They'll just stick the courts on you and then say, we have the moral high ground because, oh, the courts are fair, they're balanced, they're going to solve everything, it's your own fault. Meanwhile, all of the prosecutors, they're all left-leaning. All of these districts that these cases are in, they're all far left. It's all totally rigged. But when you say that, it's no, you're just playing the victim card. You do bad things are going to happen. No, it's all totally rigged. Look at the data. I mean, look at what Alvin Bragg said. I mean, Alvin Bragg said, we're going to make sure that we prosecute Trump. We're going to get Trump. Trump's not going to get an exception. And so they gave him the power to do it. And remember when his prosecutor said, yeah, there's really nothing here. And then Alvin Bragg's like, I don't care. Just ram it anyways. Just ram the case. And that's why they had to elevate. That's when they elevated him. They elevated him from misdemeanors to felonies. Those were elevated. Remember that, because the prosecutor's like, we just don't have anything. This has never been done before. He's like, I don't care. I was elected to do this. You have to do it. This is why they elect that. This is why I have this power right now. I mean, so that's the kind of kangaroo courts we're dealing with, and she understands it, and so does RFK Jr. And this is blowing up in their face. And we see with RFK Jr. endorsing Trump here soon. And here's Trump pausing to check on a supporter that had passed out. And this is just another great moment by Trump to go out there. I saw a real embarrassing Kamala Harris moment where, hold on, I mean, let me watch this for a second. You can see Trump just going out into the crowd and checking on the person, very thoughtful. And again, it makes Trump more relatable. And it's a very good moment. And by the way, this whole thing, I didn't get a big chance to mention this, but you see a lot of these speakers at the DNC talking about how Trump is this elitist billionaire. And you want to know what they always say? Trump only cares about himself. Well, if that were true, why would Donald Trump, who doesn't need to work at all, why would Donald Trump be out on the campaign trail in a rural town in Pennsylvania on a hot day in July, when he's a multi-billionaire and he could be on a yacht anywhere in the world, but he's in rural Pennsylvania nearly getting his head blown off because of just crazy leftists who believe that Trump's this huge threat. I mean, that thanks to MSNBC, and they tried blaming Trump for that. They tried blaming Trump's rhetoric for why he got shot. Oh my God, MSNBC has called him Hitler. Do you think that's the reason, maybe? So see, this is all easily disproven, all their points, and they say, oh, he's only in it for himself. If he was really that selfish, why would he even be doing this? This is, he's putting himself in harm's way now because of how, you want to talk about political violence, Trump has to be behind bulletproof glass just to have an outdoor rally. But no, the left is, they're that's the tolerant left. They're peaceful. January 6th was so horrible. The left is fine. Yeah, they're innocent. And again, I have to keep bringing up the shooting of Trump because they won't talk about it. No wonder they won't talk about it, but they want to talk about January 6th. Don't let them get away with it. Whenever they bring up January 6th, bring up Crooks. Crooks was far left. We've got all the Gab messages. So use that as an argument. It is the perfect counter to it. We've got this. I mean, this daughter is just, oh yeah. And then the hat, the Harris Waltz hat it's like a camping hat with the camo. It's such a joke. Waltz is such a buffoon. I mean, you see him walking around all clumsy and stuff. He's like a caricature. It's pathetic. How about this New Hampshire poll? These are good numbers for Trump out of New Hampshire. Only down by 5. I do think once we get more Minnesota polls, we're also going to see better numbers for Trump. Maybe he'll be down by 4 or 5 in that state as well. I think New Hampshire and Minnesota are relatively similar in terms of the way that they poll. You can see when you expand it, Harris goes to +7. But again, once RFK drops out, it will be significantly better. And by the way, I think this is very positive. I know people are going to look at this and say, my God, look at how bad. I mean, Waltz is +4 in terms of favorability. But guys, understand something. These are with these numbers, and Trump is only losing by 5. With these numbers in terms of approval rating, just imagine when Vance destroys Waltz in a debate and Kamala Harris, I mean, she's got huge communist policies. She was, once people start seeing that, she's going to go back down. She's getting this fake bump. Now she's only -4 when she was the most unlikable VP. And you had people all around, even the leftist late night talk show hosts like Stephen Colbert saying that they need to replace her because she's weighing down the ticket for Biden. But now she's this queen because they've inserted the Kamala chip into their heads. They've taken out the Biden one. So now she's a queen. But imagine once these favorability ratings come to be more realistic, and Waltz is going to be significantly, I mean, Waltz is like an admitted communist. I mean, Waltz, he likes China, and it's just, he just goes around all bubbly with he's got he does the communist bow. He's got a signature communist bow. I mean, this is how bad it is. So Waltz is going to come down significantly. Harris is going to come down. Trump's going to trend up. Vance is going to trend up. And then we're going to get a huge surge, probably Trump winning New Hampshire, once these numbers get more accurate, because these are the this is the exact same poll. It's not like they took this poll 2 weeks ago and then these are the recent it's the same poll. It's tethered together. So Trump and Vance are that low in terms of that, and they're still only down by 5, and you have RFK with 4% who's going to be endorsing Trump. Now let's make sure we understand how this works. I know people are out there saying, well, that 4% is going to go to Trump. That's not how it works, guys, but RFK will help Trump, even if it is more so in terms of momentum rather than just the polls. Maybe he helps Trump by a point in New Hampshire, but it's not going to be the 4 points. I know people think, well, RFK's endorsing Trump, so all of RFK voters will vote for Trump. It's just not how it works. A lot of them just won't vote. They'll vote third party, vote for Jill Stein, someone like that, rather than vote for Trump. But some of them will vote for Trump. RFK endorsing Trump, that's going to be big. If you support RFK and he endorses Trump, you would think there would be a carryover, and there will be a carryover. That's why it's big news that RFK Jr. will be endorsing Trump, we think, with the huge intel coming on Friday and a massive rally. And now it's like the ultimate super team. Just like in basketball, you get 4 or 5 superstars together. I mean, this is the super team with Tulsi Gabbard, Trump, Vance, RFK Jr., Elon Musk, Vivek. My goodness. And you get them all together at a rally. They're going to get them all together during a rally. And it is just amazing. And then you've got that blubbering idiot Waltz who goes out and just trips over his feet every time he walks. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.